Welcome to the Pike Breakdown Lane. You break down, and we point and laugh. Just like the other Pike 100 FM. The Pike.
Yeah, we do it every Friday. Thank you for leaving your messages. Let's see what kind of trouble we can get into this week.
Hey there. Good morning, Mike. Sorry to hear about your dog there. I know those chocolate bars are very good, so I'm living by experience. So I just wanted to let you know, sorry to hear about that.
I appreciate that. It sounds like he thinks my dog is dead.
No, and that was an old story, right? Everything worked out well?
A few months ago.
Yeah.
Everything fine. To let you know, my dog, we talked about it yesterday with this pet insurance thing. My dog got into my special box and ate a chocolate bar that had 3.5 grams of magic mushrooms in them, or infused in there.
I take it that's a lot?
Yeah. I mean,
I would think.
Unless you're someone who does it all the time. But yeah, I mean, it's a lot for a dog.
Plus, dogs and chocolate don't mix.
No, yeah, that was the vets were more concerned about that. I took her to Tufts. She was screaming her head off the whole time, freaking out, and rightly so. She had no idea what was going on, but she ended up being fine. She's fine now. She's okay. She enjoys the music of Fish and the occasional Grateful Dead bootleg. Other than that, she's doing okay. So thank you for your concern.
Hey, Shu, I heard you went on a wiener safari last weekend. Did you get all the wieners you needed? Did you eat all the wieners you wanted? Were they big and beefy? Were they delicious? Were they juicy? I hope you enjoyed the wiener safari.
Okay, buddy. First of all, it's called the Worcester Hot Dog Safari. Let's get it right. All right? I know you're just jealous. And all of those things you mentioned, sir, yes on all of them. They were all delicious. Some were juicier than others. Some were bigger than others. But in the end, size doesn't matter.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
No, not
as
at all.
Jerry would say.
Hot dogs are delicious, okay? I enjoy them every week, as a matter of fact.
So, Mike, about your dog and her horrible experience with a little almost overdose. So you said you left her there for about 6 hours at the animal hospital. That's perfect amount of time for them to give her a little bit of activated charcoal. They probably wrapped her up in a blanket, had her watch Pink Floyd The Wall, followed by Fantasia, followed by Heavy Metal. That's about 6 hours worth of movies, and then she was fine, and it was time for her to go home. Have a good one.
I'll tell you right now, she was there about 6 hours. They did exactly that. They gave her an IV with fluids and a sedative. They wrapped her in blankets. They put her in a section of Tufts where it was calm, there was no noise, and they let it work out of her system. I would just say this. The last movie I would want to watch on mushrooms is Pink Floyd's The Wall. Don't get me wrong. I love it. That's kind of a bad trip right there. Fantasia, you're leaning in the right direction. Maybe some Disney movies. Aladdin would be great. The original with Robin Williams. That'd be really funny.
I think they make some Disney movies with that in mind.
Oh, I think they're all. Yeah, I think all the Disney artists experimented with some kind of psychedelics. But and Heavy Metal would be great too. Yeah, actually, that would be really good.
Quick question: 6 hours at Tufts, because I know what Tufts costs. What's the over-under on that? $25,000? What's the over-under on 6 hours at Tufts?
Yeah, this is where I really wish I had the pet insurance.
I bet you do.
So if she had to stay overnight, it would, I think, have been $2,700.
$100, okay.
If she had to stay overnight. But she didn't, and I initially had to set down $1,000. It was actually $1,500, but I was so upset. I was crying.
Yeah, I bet.
And the woman at the desk was like, "She's in the best place, honey. You're going to be okay. We'll just make it $1,000." I'm like, "Okay, I'll just pay whatever I have to. Just make sure she's okay." And then I came back, and they actually gave back most of that because it was they just had to let her sit.
That's amazing.
There wasn't any major stuff going on. Yeah, they were very. The people at the Tufts emergency room in Grafton are just fantastic.
They do amazing work, but usually it's like $1,000 just to walk in there.
Right, yeah, but this was, I guess that,
That's incredible.
Maybe if you go in there crying like I did.
I think most people who go in there are crying.
Right, yeah, but they're just a great crew over there, and they do a great job.
Yeah, they do.
I just want to say this is the greatest morning show in the history of radio, the greatest morning DJ ever. And please, can you play the greatest band in North America? Can we hear some Tom Sawyer by Rush today?
Yeah.
That's right, Tom Sawyer, Rush. From the greatest DJ, it's the greatest morning show ever. Bye.
I don't know. Steve Areno is a little more smooth, but that's good. You know, you don't even have to butter me up to play Rush. You can actually call in and say, hey, I think you suck. Can you play some Rush? And I'll still play Rush.
You've trained them well, though, to kiss your ass
Right,
and then
exactly.
get their request.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, when it comes to Rush, don't worry about the butter up part. Anything else, yes.
Mike, it's God. Listen, I want to apologize for being absent for most of the summer. I got drafted by the Australian breakdancing team, so I've been over there all summer teaching them moves.
Oh, God.
But then I got sick, so I didn't get to watch the Olympics. I'm really just catching up on highlights now. Oh, God.
Yeah, the ray gun woman may have not taken your instruction very well. I watched a video of, it was some music show like Solid Gold or something that had breakdancers from the 80s. And I got to tell you, every single one of those people was way, way better than what we saw at the Olympics. I'm sorry, I can't do it myself, but just to compare the two, the people they had on that show were unbelievable compared to what we saw at the Olympics. Well, and that was like 1980s, like mid-80s.
She was a viral sensation, of course, from the Olympics, as was our own Steven Netarosik from Worcester, who's going to Dancing with the Stars. Right. They really should have her go on Dancing with the Stars as well.
I agree. You can't say it wasn't entertaining. You know, it may have not have been great.
But you know who she is.
Yeah, but she was definitely entertaining.
Hi, Mike. I'd like to pull one up on the curb for a game-begging thug that's not with us anymore, Phil Donahue. And in his honor, I'm going to go out and commit a crime with a pork chop. Okay, bye.
He was a groundbreaker, man. He was the OG of daytime talk shows. I mean, Oprah and Jerry Springer and Sally Jesse and who else? Geraldo.
Morton Downey Jr.
Morton Downey Jr. But yeah, I have to give Morton Downey Jr. some credit. He did the R-rated version. You know, it was because they only put him on like at 11 o'clock at night. And
he laid the foundation for Springer.
Yeah, he was great. Mort was awesome.
But none of this would have happened without Phil Donahue.
He was the first, and he did it in a really intelligent and clever way, and he had some really great episodes. And this was the one from the episode he did on moshing, because there was some concern about kids hurting themselves. And I'm sure those kids are laughing now at their own kids who are in the mosh pit.
It really looks like the ultimate orgasmic expression of what ails us in this culture.
Phil Donahue. That's right. Pour one out, like that gentleman said, for Phil this weekend. Thanks for your messages for the Pike Breakdown Lane. Remember, we'll never call you back, and we'll never sell your information. We just don't know how.
You can call the Pike Breakdown Lane